Hey guys and girls, in this video I'm going to be talking to you about string slicing and indexing in Python. So we're going to be working with a string, which a string is just a collection of chars or characters. So let's create a string and let's call it hello world. There we go. We can assign that to a variable, so we could go, for instance, a string equals hello world, and then we can run some functions on that. So we could do, for instance, the length. So we could do len a string, and that tells us that it's 11, so it will count from 1. So if we look, h is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, space 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we can do that. We can use, for instance, dot upper and dot lower. So we could do a string dot upper and run that, and we get it in uppercase. Yeah, so some pretty cool things. Indexing. When we talk about indexing or position indexing, it starts at 0, so the h would be 0, e would be 1, l would be 2, and so on. So if we wanted to display just the letter h, we would do a string and then 0, so index position 0, and we can run that and it returns h. We can do it backwards, so if we were to start, say, at the h and we wanted the l, we could do we could tell it to go sort of in reverse. So we could do a string minus, say for instance, what do we want, one, I think 2, run that, and we get the l, so that's gone backwards. So it started at 0, minus 1, minus 2. So that's how we do that. And then we can start to look at slicing. So slicing is quite cool and quite useful. So if we say, for instance, go a string, and we go from, say, index position 2, and we want to go from, so from index position 2 to the end of the string. So if we look, h is 0, e is 1, l is 2, so we want to go from l to the end. We can just put in a colon and run that, and you can see there that we have gone from the index position 2 to the end of the string. If we do that in like slightly different way, so just in reverse, and we want to go from the start of the string to a position within the string, so we do a string and we go from the start of the string, so h, so we don't put 0, we just leave it blank, put the colon, and let's go to, let's say, index position 3. But what will happen is, I'll show you, I'll run it. So there we go, so we've gone from 0, 1, 2, but it hasn't included the other l, so the actual the item sitting at index position 3. Okay, we can go all the way from the start of the string to all the way to the end, and to do that we would just do 2 colons, so all the way from the start all the way to the end, and run that. Okay, and we can do a step size. So if I was to do a string and say go all the way from the beginning all the way to the end with a step size of 2, what would happen is, let's run it, you can see there it's missing every sort of other letter. So h, no e, l, no l, o, and so on. So we can step through and pick out certain things within a string. We can use this method to actually reverse a string. And sometimes in, like, say, a Python interview, if you're interviewing for a Python position, coding or program position, you could be asked to have to reverse a string or on an interview, and you can do it obviously through iteration, but a really cool way is just to use slicing. So what we can do is we can say a string, and we can say go all the way to the beginning to all the way to the end of the string, but do it in reverse, so from the -1 position. So it's like flipping it. It's saying go from the last letter to the first letter, and then if we run that, you can see there that it just prints it in reverse. So that is actually really quite useful, and we can use that to do some more complex things. So let's say we just wanted hello but backwards. We could do a string, and we could say 5 : -1. I think that should work, or it would work if I put it in the brackets. Let's see, so there we go, we've got 5 : -1. Do that and you can see we get hello, but it's backwards. I hope that's been helpful. So just a really quick tutorial on string slicing and indexing. If you've got any questions, post below and I'll try to answer you. Thanks. Remember to like, subscribe and share.